Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Just going to dive into Holochain. Once again, thank you for your continued support across CoinsKid here. It's really warmly received. I really like, honestly, I really like all the really nice comments. I try to read and reply to all of them, but it's growing so exponentially now that I'm struggling to get through and making the videos, sitting down, editing and stuff like that. I'm really struggling to get involved with the community in the comments there, but I do try, okay? And if I've not replied to you, I'm really sorry. I do try and reply to each and every one of you. I'm actually going to make something that's a little bit simplified to do this process, but bear with me and I'll update you on that at a later date. But if you're not already involved, okay, get into the Telegram group and get involved in the community there, and then just tag me in there, and I'll go through the replies in there as well. It's an easier way to probably potentially ask me any questions, so to speak, in the Telegram group. So yeah, diving into Holochain it's doing really well. It's picking up, as you can see, but what as it's retracing now to the high there, you can see it's running to a bit of a wall, and that wall is at 0.50. Okay, that retracement at this price here. Okay, you can see it's not actually closing. It's wicking above, and it's sort of not quite getting there. Okay, and you can see that it actually rolled over today. It's a daily time frame. You can see it's rolled over and it's got supported off of 0.382. So that's confluence of the fact that you're looking good. It's looking good. You know, this is basically an impulsive wave and corrective wave down, and you're finding a bit of a bait, and you are trying to march on and march upwards within itself. We will dive into that in a moment, but this is a particular key level of interest that you do need to see getting through, because like I said to you, this is the longer you hang around at this particular level, you keep knocking your head, the more it contributes towards your downturn and potentially not actually getting through and making that retracement. So you do need to see yourself get through that, and quite rapidly as well, okay? Because if you don't, you tend to lead into a longer level of consolidation. It sort of goes sideways for a very long period of time and potentially contributes to pushing down. But what I do like on the daily, I'm going to be honest with you, I really do like the look of the EMAs now. I think that they've tightened up. Okay, we're in a bull market. I want to reassure you of that. We're in a bull market. We're seeing a lot of good signals. Okay, we are anticipating a bit of a pullback on Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean it will happen. It's just one of them things that you've got to have your eyes on it. You've got to have your glasses on to all outcomes. So effectively, if that did happen, it would actually drag the market down with it. But you know, there's a probability it will happen. But I'm seeing other patterns emerge at the moment on Bitcoin that are looking quite healthy and quite positive, to be honest with you. It has backtested support, but anyway, that's a Bitcoin. I'm not talking about Bitcoin, I'm talking about HOT. But again, it governs the market, doesn't it? You know, you can be doing really well, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin shits the bed and your project's gone out the window, so to speak, and you're correcting like, what? It's going really well. Why? It's got nothing to do with Bitcoin. But it's crypto, I'm afraid. That's the way it is. So that's the anomaly in this space. So anyway, diving into HOT right now, personally, it's looking really well. It's looking like it's got a bit of a V-shaped recovery here, okay? It's really nice, really healthy. And what is good, again, is this EMA. You see the EMA, it's starting to tighten up. You see the little curl in the yellow line there? It's starting to repel, and that's a really good thing that you want to see. When we first took HOT on, look at the gap. Look at the gap, okay? It doesn't take a lot of common sense to know, look at the size of that gap. It's pulling you in. It's going to ask for the rollover, ask for the retest of support. You lost it, come back down, form the bottom of the previous swing high, but now you've bounced off, and I'm seeing this quite commonly on a few projects as well. Love to see it. Love to see this level of support and the tightening of the EMAs, because this is called an EMA retest. On any time frame, you see that when it comes together, it squeezes apart, catapults it over its shoulder. Okay, look down here. Look where it rolled over, fell through, made a base. Okay, made a base on a previous swing high down there. Actually, a bit lower than that swing high, so it looked really bad. But what it did, it squeezed the EMA, just confirmation that you are going to the upside. And look what happened. It looked bad down there. Oh no, capitulation. The end of Holochain. It's over. It's going to zero. Actually, it was actually zero if you look to the right. But anyway, aside from that, it did go to zero. But aside from that, you can see that this is a beautiful thing to see in the charts when you get the CMA and it fails to make the bearish cross. Look, and you get that curl, especially on the daily. If you start to get that little curl, look, that's a nice little signal within itself, like a precursor of continuation. And that's exactly what you're getting there, that little curl. Look, you're getting a back test of support. You're falling back through. You're back testing off 0.382. It's looking relatively rosy, okay? Until we get that level where we start falling through the EMAs, we start dragging them over our shoulder, creating the bearish crosses. So far, so good for this recovery. Marching onwards and upwards to this level here. And then our future price prediction up there at 0.05. I will drop that in for you right now so you can be fully aware of what that particular price prediction is for HOT moving forward. So from here, okay, from this point here, we've got that 251%. Now, based on, we have done a previous price prediction based off the swing highs and swing lows, and a couple of more swing highs and swing lows in this continuation. We do see a further appreciation for HOT, but I won't go into that right now. What I'm going to do is just quickly zoom in on the 4-hourly time frame for you right now to see any ins and outs, and basically where it's falling back to as a level of resistance, level of support right now. So again, when you zoom in, you can see a little bit more, and you can see you almost got this bullish cross on the 4-hourly time frame right there. It's kind of just repelling it at the moment, okay, and you don't want to see that. If it does repel, it will slingshot over like this, and it will drag the price down with you. So you are back testing the 55 right there, and you are bouncing off it really nicely. You've bounced off this 0382, look. You come up and you bounced it off it higher, off this red line, and now you're coming back down and bouncing off this red line again. So you are making these sort of high lows. Do you see this? You can form into a trend basically, and if you can keep forming to that and bouncing off this red line, look what's going to happen. It's going to force you up to test this, okay, this 050, and push you through it, get through that level of resistance, because what HOT is doing right now, it's simply retracing. So what we're going to do is drop the fib on it. I'm going to get rid of this large fib so I can show you what I mean. So right now HOT is basically just retracing, okay, so you go from the top to the bottom from its impulsive wave like that, and you can see the levels in which it's falling back to, and the levels in which it's getting supported as well, which is really important. So right now HOT is obviously topped out in this impulsive wave. You can see it's very overextended, really big pump. It needed to be fair, to get over the EMAs, and as it's dragged the EMAs with it, it started to roll over, it started to come back, and it started to correct and have something called a retracement. Right now you can see it's beautifully bounced off that 0382, so that actually shows it's in a really strong uptrend. Now if it continues to sort of do this and bounce off it, you would be looking at a nice potential upside there for HOT. But I do want to make you aware that if it does start to fall any lower than this, and especially this lower level here, this 0618, the golden ratio, if you do start to fall any lower, you're going to form that reversal wave there, and you will see HOT down there at that price prediction at 001058, and that would be a reversal wave. That would be very negative, to be honest with you, and it would just give sort of the rollover and drag the market down with it. But honestly, I've not got a crystal ball. So far it's looking really good. The fact that you've bounced off this particular level shows that the trend is really strong. You're making these high lows. If you adhere to this red line, okay, the 55, you're going to start dragging it. You're going to start forming a bullish cross. I'll tidy this up so I can show you. If you do start carrying on adhering to that, you're going to start and drag this yellow line over this red line like that. You're going to form the bullish cross, which is going to be a really big tick for continuation in my book. And again, it's all looking healthy because we've just looked at the daily time frame, and that looks healthy, okay, with the EMAs putting the curl on the show there. Do you see that? You got the nice curl, boom, and I've just shown you previous history down there. That's what I mean. Move to the left and see what the EMAs look like, and see the structure of them. I know it can turn any minute, but it's just confluence of the fact that you are adhering to an uptrend, you're starting to turn a corner, and you're looking like you got a reversal. So it's all really good and healthy. This is what I'm trying to say. And potentially, you know, you could see it march on and get to that price prediction up there once it takes out this high. So it is going to be hard work. It is going to be hard work getting to there. I'm not going to lie to you, but so far so good. So what we're going to do, for example, it could potentially fall lower on this retracement. That's one thing you need to anticipate as well. That's why I give you the support levels that it can't afford to lose. So it can't afford to lose this particular support level right there. If it starts to come down and correct any deeper than that, you're looking at a reversal wave, and that was sort of like put a spanner in the works, so to speak, and you start forming like triple bottoms and stuff, and it just makes the reversal that much longer, and you enter a consolidation of a phase potentially on the daily time frame there, coming back under the EMAs, and obviously back testing the 55 for support as well. So we don't want that. We want continuation, obviously. So right now we're going to put down a future price prediction based off the fact that this potentially could be the bottom of this corrective wave, that the retracement right now, okay. If it does start to fall lower, okay, not financial advice, but if it does start to lose these, like I said to you, you can't lose that level, but do anticipate a bounce off this level. So put some cheeky bids in, not financial advice, but put some cheeky bids in at that level, because that is a very common area where you will see a bounce. So if HOT does start to come down anymore, you will see a big bounce there, in my opinion. and that's where you could sort of basically do a bit of a swing trade in and out. You could grab a bit of profit basically if you put a bit of some cheeky bids in at that level. You could see it pump up like 6% and potentially come back up to the EMAs, which would be roughly 13%. Little long trade there for hot, but so far so good. It is making these high lows. Look at these high lows. Beautiful. For continuation, bouncing off this EMA, dragging it with it. So yeah, see that bullish cross? That's a really big signal. If you do start to form that, like I said to you, it's just a big tick to continuation to the upside basically. So effectively what I'm going to do is lay down a bit of a future price prediction based off fibs. Okay, so put that at the bottom. Let's say that this is the retracement complete, and now all you're doing is back testing these EMAs as support for continuation. And if that is the case, then you could potentially see hot march on from this next impulsive wave up to this particular level here. So it's doing something like this, back testing, getting through the resistance, marching onwards and upwards, and potentially getting to that price prediction just there. And from here, I'll drop that in for you so you can see what that is. So from here, that is actually a nice trade of around 30% for hot. So that's basically hot in a nutshell. Okay, do obviously wait for confirmation on these things. Okay, don't just dive in because I've made this video, and obviously whatever I say is not financial advice, for entertainment and educational purpose only. Yeah, so that's all. It's looking rosy. Okay, providing we can get that bounce now and continue with that next impulsive wave, that's where you could see hot march onto. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that update. Please do smash the like button, and also please do subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and get yourself in the Telegram group if you're not already involved in the Telegram group. And thank you once again to all the patrons, the people that support me on CoinsKid. All the links to everything is in the video description of every video we make. And yeah, it's all gold, it's all gold, it's all gold, it's all good. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned, okay? And I'll catch you tomorrow in another hot update. Bye-bye.